Hello and welcome to the Piano Man's Library. It has been a week, my friends. It has been a week. It's been more than a week. I had headaches. I had back spasms. I had tech issues. All of the things. So, I didn't read the 3 books that I had planned to read. Now I'm having speaking issues. But anyways, this is the 4th or 5th time that I have tried to record this. So I'm going to persevere. Please bear with me. Yes, I read 2 of the books that I had wanted to read this week, and a cozy book, which I even liked. So let's get into them. The first one that I read was In the Heart of the Sea, and this is by Nathaniel Philbrick. It is a nonfiction book, and it is about the tragedy of the whale ship Essex. And the author, he did such a great job with this book. He did all the research. He researched the island of Nantucket, which is the home base for the whaling ships of that time, many of them. And he researched all of the names of the people who were on the boat and on the ship, and he researched the effects of starvation on your mind and your body, as well as dehydration, all the different things. And he still made it like you really, really wanted to read it. Like it was a pretty quick read, actually. So they started in Nantucket. They went south and around South America and up and into the Pacific Ocean, farther than anyone had gone before. That's where they found their whales that they were looking for, and that is where they found a very rebellious whale who took out the ship and left all of these seamen in their whaling boats, which are basically 25 to 30 foot canoes. So imagine those out in the middle of the ocean. They actually handled the waves quite well. But trying to make this quick, it goes into the men's stories as they're journeying, trying to get back where they would find at least some other ships. So, yes, it's not a pleasant read. All of the topics that I've mentioned already, and they get as desperate as cannibalism. So you need to know all these things before you read the book, but it's very well done. I must say. And this inspired this ship disaster, inspired numerous other literary works. The most the one you've heard about the most would be Moby Dick. And the one thing that he told me about Moby Dick, yeah, he told me personally. The one thing that he said about Herman Melville was that Moby Dick, nobody wanted to read Moby Dick back in the day. And they said that it was very unpopular, almost a flop of a book. And so Herman Melville went into, he became a customs agent after that and only wrote poetry. So I learned something there. Another thing that was influenced by that book, there were some stories from it in the McGuffey's Firth Eclectic Reader. Not this particular edition, this is a revised edition, which doesn't have it. It has other nautical things, stories, but you will find it in some of these volumes. And also in Edgar Allan Poe's writing, he wrote what is, I believe, a novella-size story called The Narrative of a Gordon Pym of Nantucket. So that is also, I'm leaving this out because I'm going to dig into that. I haven't read very much Poe. So that was the first book. And then the second book that I read was Written in Time. And this is by Jan Fields. And like I said, this is a cozy book. It's not really a mystery. It's not really a romance. But there's some elements to both of those in this book. So it follows three different ladies. The first one, Megan, she is a retired, well, she left her job as a school librarian, and she moved into Nantucket where her grandmother was living, and she started a bookstore there. And the little bit of mystery that's involved is her grandmother bought her this hand-sewn doll of a little sailor, which is very cute. So she put it up in her store high enough that the kids wouldn't be able to touch it. But it keeps moving about the store and being hidden in different places, which kind of made her a little uneasy that she didn't know what was going on with this doll. So that's the little mystery. And the second person in here, the second lady that they're following, her name is Amber, and she's exploring the house in which her recently deceased father had left her. Her father, she was always told, had passed away before she was born, so there's another little element of mystery, but not really. So she is exploring those things. And the other lady in here, Jenny, she she complains all the time. Excuse me. She complains all the time that her parents and her family, all of her relatives, they want her to be married and they won't let go. They're just always talking about getting her married. So she is in touch with, she gets in touch with this man who's going to act as her boyfriend at this family event and be very rude and offend everyone so that they will stop going on and on that she should have a boyfriend. So it's the weakest of the three links in this book. The three little elements, but they're all cute and they're good, and there's nothing at all offensive in these books, which was very nice. And then the last book that I read was The Pursuit of Happiness. This was for one of the bingo prompts with the spelling mistake in the title. And that was the only reason that I kept going in this book. So the story itself overall was inspiring. You work hard and you can become whatever you want. Kind of trope. So that part was okay. I had to skim almost the whole of the part 1 of the book, which was his childhood. It had very, very bad language. I don't mind some here and there, but this was much for me. So, and there was also lots of violence, domestic violence and stuff in that section. So, then once it got into his naval days, it wasn't nearly as bad. And then, but then you start getting into his sexual encounters and stuff, and those were not necessary. They weren't. They had nothing to do with his, success. It had to do with why he ended up on the street in the first place, but it didn't have anything to do with his success. So, yes, I did not think much of this book. And from what I've heard, the movie is not a lot better, so I won't be watching it. I can understand why they would have made a movie out of it, but yeah, it's not for me. That's what I'll say. So that is those are the books that I have finished this week, and I'm excited. I have just one more to read for the bingo, and then I have many plans for December. So thank you very much for stopping by. Thanksgiving is just a few days away. In real time, I'm not sure when this video is going to make it up. I hope soon. And yes, Are you doing anything for Thanksgiving? And I had a question. Do you make your own cranberry sauce? Because that's what I did the other day. I made and canned up a bunch of cranberry sauce. So let me know. Have you read any of these books? What did you think of them? Did you watch this movie? And did you like it? I'd like to know. So thank you very much for stopping by, and I hope you have a great week. Bye.